Ceremonies, Miss Ingrid Wilmot, Custos Rotorum of Manchester, Lieutenant Colonel Honorable Garfield Green, the MP for Central Manchester, Rhoda Moy Crawford, although absent, members of clergy, including the guest speaker, Pastor Jermaine Johnson, Director of Education Services, Region 5, Mrs. Susan Nelson Smith, Board Chairman, Mr. Vincent Marshall, PTA President, Mrs. Denise Dawkins Tomlinson, and other members of Board of Management, Principal Mr. Jasper Gabriel and Mrs. Gabriel, Vice Principals, other members of staff, admin, academic, and ancillary staff, representatives of the MHS Global Alumni Network, parents and guardians, distinguished guests, media representatives, and last but not least, graduates of all classes of 2024. Good afternoon. You are now boarding Flight 2024 with the Manchester High School graduating class of 2024, who are soaring to new heights of our great potential in the plane of divine opportunities with God as the pilot and our families, friends, and supporters as our aircrew. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives. It is the day we step out from the familiar halls of Manchester High School into the world, brimming with possibilities and challenges. I want to start by acknowledging something we all know too well. High school was just not about textbooks and exams. It was draught with the turbulence of emotions and a test of our ability to function with minimal sleep. But look at us now, we've made it. Our journey through high school has been much like getting ready to board a plane and maneuvering through the various stages of life. There's various stages of pre-flight. We started at the airport, made our way through customs, then the departure lounge, and taxied down the runway. Uncertain and a bit anxious, but as we gained speed and confidence, we lifted off, embarking on this incredible journey. We are a unique bunch. We have lived through unprecedented times, navigating the twists and turns of a global pandemic, and yet here we are, ready to take on the world. We have learned that change is the only constant and adaptation is our superpower. As we ascended, we faced turbulence, from the sudden shift to online classes, to the stress of exams, to even the pressure during the final submissions of lab books with Mr. Sailor, right? Each bump testing our resilience. We experienced moments of doubt and fear, but we held on, stayed buckled in, and pushed through the rough patches. We have gone through a lot of changes, almost as many as the changes of mother's prices every term. Last time I checked, a patty increased by a whole $100 in the span of a year. But thankfully, in the words of Martin Luther King, we are free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. There's one thing I know that has never changed, and it's the fact that Billy somehow manages to re-injure his foot every single year. And hopefully, what will change is a long-anticipated championship crown at the end of the upcoming D-Cup season. I hope that teaches us resilience in the way that when we want something, we have to make sure we get it, even fighting for it. Please don't take me literally, because I know you guys have done it already, so don't do it again. Throughout this journey, we have played the game of life much like a game of dominoes. We have had to strategize, adapt to unexpected moves, and sometimes just play the hand we're dealt. In life, just like in dominoes, it is not about the pieces you have, but how you play them. One thing I do not understand though is how I can be in a CXC exam and randomly hearing dominoes knocking and hearing that a man gets sacked from nearly 20 miles away. Yes, Jordan, I am talking about you. Best believe about 20 something get this year, 17 from one man alone, Roger Robinson. And to all the cuss and cuss, like, it don't know, right? Much like Sylvia Pacific Tree, we branched out, growing and adapting. Each decision, each branch leading us to new opportunities and paths. We have debugged our problems, coded our solutions, and now we are ready to deploy our future. Just remember, there's no undo button in life, so save often and back up your dreams. Big up, Miss Banton. I will never forget the day in first form when we got searched and everybody was acting a fool and freaking out. As we are the COVID babies, there's a lot we missed out on, but despite that, we made the most of what we had left. Throughout my journey, I do not believe I've heard a better and more inspirational quote than supposedly it does. Credit to Zamar. Every time I hear it, I get this urge of motivation to get moving and I hope you guys all will too. Dunceness cannot escape on a toll. Remember that. I I would like to take a moment to thank our teachers who have been more than educators. They have been our capable flight attendants, sometimes our therapists, and even our friends. They have shown resilience and dedication, ensuring that our learning never stopped even when the world did. And let us be honest, there's some times that we weren't listening, but I know them tired of it, but we're still grateful for them. To our families, thank you for your endless support and believing in us, even when we doubted ourselves. Your love and encouragement have been our GPS through the storms of adolescence. Now, as we approach the end of our flight, let us remember the friendships we have made, the lessons we have learned, the stops we've gotten, the bets we've made, and the memories we have created. High school may be ending, but our stories are just beginning. If we can survive all those group projects where one person did all the work, no shade of course, we can survive anything. I remember the times in Biltech with the man them discussing sports and life, especially those heated debates about the Big Six in the Premier League. And let us not forget the endless arguments about whether City has truly brought their way to the top. They have... I know Mr. Badley is tired of that class every Monday and Wednesday morning, but we move. Speaking of Mondays, the hot sun. Every year we complain, and complaining no good for the soul at all. So Mr. Gabriel, is our most honorable Andrew Holness still getting us that auditorium, or... Hopefully. As the PRO for the Camera Club for 2 years, hopefully Jovi is nice enough to make me get president next year. As well as resident photographer for the Key Club and the assistant PRO of the Domino Club. I have learned the importance of capturing moments, serving my community, and strategic thinking. In the words of Law Boss, Chronic Law, them never know we could have go through the storm and calm again. We have brought our unique style and strength to this journey, making it an unforgettable ride. Special mention to those unsung heroes, those who are always giving the best advice like Kendra, JD, and even Pinky and Kajol. The ones who light up the room anytime, like Rajay, Niall, Barracks, and Mikey. And the kindness among us like Stefan and Alexa. Let's not forget our friendly neighborhood Victor, who has always been there for us. It was not such a smooth ride to this point for all of us. Looking out the window into the sea of opportunities and feeling fear and regret after doing something that may jeopardize us. I remember the way Miss Miller, our resident customs officer, could have seen us from 3 miles away and spot us, and once we started breaking any rule, and you hear young man or young woman, come here to me, no, just know that it's over. And not to forget our instinctive reaction whenever we see Mr. Gabriel, just to scatter regardless of what we're doing, even when doing nothing at all. Now in the final stretch, as we prepare for landing, let us carry us with the spirit of curiosity, the courage to dream big, and the determination to make those dreams a reality. Let us be the generation that leads with empathy, breaks the norms, and builds a future we can be proud of. So here's to us. We are not just high school graduates. We are adventurers setting off on the most exciting journey of all time, life. We will all go in different directions today. At the end of this flight, some may be going far, some not so far, and some very close. But nonetheless, we move. So as we all graduate, please ensure that we retain these bonds like some of your relationships. Those who are close to me know that my brother has been in Russia for a while now, and I've picked up on a few words. So bear with me as I share with you how to say congratulations in Russian. So everybody repeat after me. Pozdravляем. Alright, good enough. Congratulations to each and every one of you. As we leave this departure lounge as passengers of the class of 2024, I leave you all with a quote by one clause. In order to achieve, you have to believe. Hi-ho.